It was a morning like any other when I noticed something was off. She was distant, not the woman I had spent 10 years of my life with. The same woman who had once curled up beside me every night, whispering about dreams and love. We had built our life together brick by brick, and for the longest time, I thought nothing could break it. But over the past few months, something had changed. I didn't know what, and I didn't ask. I was too busy, too wrapped up in work. It started with little things. She would come home late, always with some excuse. I had to finish up at work, she'd say, or I was out with friends. I never thought much of it. We had both become so caught up in the daily grind that it seemed normal. But there was a part of me, deep inside, that knew something wasn't right. Then one night, I found a text message on her phone. My heart dropped when I saw the name. Someone I didn't recognize. There were no words that could have prepared me for the pain of reading those messages. They weren't innocent. They weren't about work or friends. They were filled with affection, intimacy, love. My hands shook as I read, unable to stop myself, even as a part of me wished I could. I confronted her that night. She denied it at first, her face flushed with guilt. But when I pressed her, the truth spilled out. She had been seeing someone else for months. The life we had built together, everything I thought was solid, had crumbled in an instant. She apologized, but the words felt hollow. How could she apologize for something that had already destroyed everything? The days that followed were filled with silence. We didn't speak much after that. She left for a while, staying with friends, and I stayed home, just trying to survive the weight of her betrayal. I couldn't stop thinking about it. How had I been so blind? How had I missed the signs? But it was too late for answers now. She was gone, and I was left to pick up the pieces of my broken heart. Eventually, she returned. She told me she wanted to work things out, that she was sorry and had made a mistake. I wanted to believe her. I wanted to forgive her and fix what had been shattered. But every time I looked at her, all I saw was the woman who had betrayed me. I couldn't get the image of her with someone else out of my head. Our once happy home had become a house of memories, and each one stabbed deeper than the last. We stayed together, but it wasn't the same. The laughter was gone, replaced by awkward silences and forced smiles. The love I had for her had turned into something darker. I couldn't shake the feeling that something worse was waiting for us. It was like living in a house made of glass, fragile and ready to break at any moment. Then one day, the phone call came. The voice on the other end was cold and unfeeling. My wife had been in a car accident. It was bad, horrible. They said she didn't make it. I don't know why I felt a sense of relief, mixed with the grief. Maybe it was because she had finally paid the price for what she had done to me, to us. Maybe it was because I had been carrying the weight of her betrayal for so long, and now it was gone. The funeral was a blur. I stood there, watching the people around me mourn a woman who had once meant everything to me. But I couldn't bring myself to cry. I didn't feel sadness. I didn't feel anything. All I felt was the emptiness. The love I had once felt for her had died long before she did. In the end, she was just another ghost in my past, someone I had once loved but could never forgive. As I walked away from her grave that day, I knew one thing. I would never forget the pain she caused me. But I had to keep going. Life went on, even if it felt like the world had stopped turning the moment she left me.